Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look at our weather week ahead, and it's going to be a very wintry week ahead as we have several waves of potential winter weather that we're going to be dealing with during the course of the next almost week. So let's get to it. You can see the first of the disturbances that we're watching probably will be mainly rain for our area. You can see it is basically a mixed bag here in central Texas with the atmosphere where this is going to be going, and the Arctic is a bit warmer above us. So it does appear as if we will see basically rain from this, and it should decrease during the nighttime hours tonight before we get cold enough to see much of a transition. And then we have another batch of energy which is approaching the west coast. This is worth watching heading into the weekend. So let me get to it here, looking at Robbins Toyota Futurecast. And I'm going to take you into Monday morning, and you can see how this is going to play out. Mainly rain here, and most models agree that we will basically stay rain through the evening hours before it tapers off. You can see that for the rest of the night tonight, basically dry, although we can't totally rule out a pocket or two of freezing rain across the region, but that should be relatively isolated, and it's almost impossible to tell you exactly where that's going to happen, given that the isolation of the precipitation. Futurecast is keeping us dry for tomorrow, and most models doing the same thing, but there is a slight chance we could see a little bit of perhaps freezing rain in spots, mainly during the morning. Otherwise, it probably would be rain with temperatures above freezing tomorrow. And then the problem could come for Saturday or Friday night into Saturday. You can see Futurecast does show a few pockets of freezing rain. It definitely will be a possibility. There are other models which have that freezing rain all across the Arctic. There is one outlier that we have to keep an eye on. So there is a chance that we could see some widespread freezing rain tomorrow night. Not definite as of yet, but just keep that in mind as a possibility as we move out of the work week and into the weekend. And obviously, if that happens, we will see some rather treacherous travel conditions for Saturday morning. Now, Futurecast solution does show that we will see perhaps a chance for some showers. Again, winter cannot be ruled out with any precipitation that falls Saturday, as we will likely be in the 30s, maybe a few low 40s. So a mixed bag of precipitation, a possibility for Saturday. You can see Saturday evening basically dry. As we go into the longer range weather picture, notice that Futurecast does show chance for some freezing rain or sleet. Probably will be freezing rain Sunday. I would suspect Sunday that any precipitation that we see likely will be freezing rain. And it's quite possible Sunday that we will stay below freezing across most of the area. So anything that liquid that falls will freeze and will not melt. So that could begin the extended period where travel becomes rather hazardous across the area. And then going into Sunday night, we take a pause. Late Sunday night, we'll see the main disturbance that we've been talking about begin to approach the area. We could start off with a mix of rain, sleet over much of the area, and then make a transition to snow. And how quickly we make that transition to snow will determine how much of an accumulation of snow that we will get. It appears as if that we could see in these areas here, I would say this area probably less than an inch, as we could be looking at mainly sleet here is what we could be looking at if most models verify, the majority of them verify properly. We could be looking at elsewhere across the Arctic anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snowfall and sleet accumulations is what we're kind of looking at here. And again, we will see that transition quicker further to the north. So you'll see more snow, probably closer to 4 inches in this particular part of the Arctic. In Shreveport, an inch to 2 inches might be a reasonable expectation, and then probably less than an inch over the southeastern edge of the areas, since you will see more in terms of sleet. Obviously, it doesn't accumulate as much as snow does. So that's the outlook right now. Keep in mind, no matter what falls, travel is going to be hazardous. We will stay below freezing Monday, and we're not looking at much relief for Tuesday. In fact, I'll give you a look at the cold temperatures for Monday night and Tuesday. This really hasn't changed from yesterday. Single digits across the northwest half of the area, low teens elsewhere. We probably will stay at or slightly below freezing Tuesday, so no melting Tuesday. And then we begin to watch another disturbance, which is going to be approaching the area. And to be honest with you, of all the disturbances, this is the one that could be most concerning. As we have, again, what we have right now, here is basically that disturbance which we have to keep an eye on for tomorrow night, Saturday, and then we have the main disturbance which moves through Monday, and then here comes the disturbance which could affect us Wednesday. Now this one could begin with quite a bit of freezing rain, and we could see it briefly change the rain and then transition back to winter. We do have a split on just exactly how much warmer we will get Wednesday as the system approaches, and most models showing more than an inch of liquid accumulation. So if that means that if we're mainly freezing rain more of the time, we're going to have some ice problems. So Wednesday's disturbance is one to watch as well. We will see that perhaps linger into Thursday. And as I show you the 7-day forecast, just to make a point to you that we are looking at an extended period where travel will be somewhat difficult across the area, as we very well could be below freezing here for several days, the way it looks right now. You can see the low Saturday morning, 29, 38 Saturday, 26 Saturday morning. So sometime Saturday night, we dip below freezing, and we very well could stay there until maybe Wednesday afternoon. So we're looking at several days, and obviously the precipitation will be falling Wednesday, so we're not going to see much melting there. So it could be, into late Thursday, maybe even Friday before we see the winter accumulation that's on the ground totally go away. So again, it looks like a very wintry. I do have high weather impact here basically for the travel concerns, and Thursday too, I may change that to high as well, as I don't think we'll see much improvement with travel even for Thursday, with the possibility of some lingering precipitation Thursday morning. So all in all, looks like a rather nasty winter weather week ahead for the Architects, with everything possible, including snow, freezing rain, sleet, maybe even a little bit of rain. The biggest concern will be how much freezing rain that we get heading into Sunday. Could be the big wild card day, because if we get that layer of ice first and then the snow on top of it, that obviously makes things even more difficult as far as travel conditions. There's still some time to adjust, obviously, as we get the higher res models that go out and kind of capture, especially Sunday and especially Monday. We'll have a better idea on exactly what we will get and how much of that we will get. So stay tuned. We'll have more details as the new information comes into the Forecast Center, but make preparations for the possibility that it may not be wise to get out of the house here for several days as we close the weekend and head into next week.